How's it going, everybody? I am going to show you the entire process of crafting the whip. But first, we need to fine grind the steel so it doesn't have the sharp edges. The things at the end, they are sharp. Let me see. Yes, it works. Welcome back. The time has progressed, so I have to use an artificial light. I have returned the grinder and we have these three cords. All of them are about 10 inches. So I will choose this one. It actually does not really matter which one of these I will choose in the end, but we will have to, this is 10 inches. So I will use, let's say, 10 inches of BBs. I will put them in the cord behind, this much for binding, so that means the cord that I will be cutting from this guy, it has to be wider than the steel, otherwise you won't be able to fit the steel inside of the cord. So I will use, we wanted to use 10 inches of BBs plus something to spare. So let's say about in here. I know that's not the measure I've told you right now, but if I will use an excessive amount of cord, I can just easily cut the remaining parts and use only what I want. So it's not about not using the amount of cord that I have selected. I just want to have that extra safe space so I won't run out of cord later. So I have now remembered that I do not have a lighter. I need to get a lighter. Okay, so I brought the lighter and I have my notebook for notes. The reason why I'm shooting this part in the darkness is to show you all the lights I have set up around. This is just the working setup. It's magnetically attached and it has a motion sensor, so it activates. You can see this horror look on my face. But now I'll show you the lights. So to increase the depth, we have these two in behind. Then I have this sort of a weak from the left in a cold colors, and then the main light over here. And now it is full lightning. So we have 10 inches spring steel and more than enough of the sync cord. Now I'm going to take the guts out because we want this to be empty, because I will be putting inside my spring steel. So as you can see, I just released the guts and I will take them out. As you can see, this was really easy, but as the cord gets longer, this will get substantially harder. And in the end, when I replayed the last overlay, one of the cords has around 20 meters. Taking the guts out of a 20-meter cord will be really hard. And I will have to like take a 1 meter, accumulate it at one point and take the guts out and then move this entire part along the rope. So I will be able to have and take the entire guts out, because if you want to use just the sheer brute force, you won't be able to do that because of a friction inside a cord. So, as I have said, there is the spring steel, and I will just show you that it can easily go inside, as you can see. But now for the first, we want to stitch the end and fill it for the 10 inches with BBs. If you have no idea what BBs are, when I was a kid, we were shooting with these. They are just, yeah, the audio when I'm shaking with this is amazing. But yeah, they are basically steel balls, little steel balls. And now the toughest part, because I'll be putting them back. I do not want them to be all over my workshop. Yeah, I just said it, and one ball is escaping already. I'll be putting them inside of this, but first we need to cinch it with artificial sinew. And I think you all know about all these things, but in case you don't, artificial sinew is waxed, and yeah, this is not that sinew, sorry. This is just, I think, black waxed, very thin cord, but this is not it. Aha! This is artificial sinew. It's stretchy, it's waxed, and it's perfect because you can stretch it, you can tighten it up, but it won't be coming back. This will maintain its position and the tightness. So I will just quickly stitch it at the end of our cord. But first let me burn. So I'll be putting them all the way from here because this is already a little bit opened up. So I will just a little bit of a burn this end tied up in my clamp so it's nice and steady, and I'll just wrap around several things of these so the BBs won't just fall through the cord to the other side. So the next, I'm going to tighten this up with the sinew. First rounds are the most complicated ones because the thing will be moving. Yeah, but after that it's easier, you know. So yeah, I always forgot how to manage my hands around here because they always get crazy and all over the place. Just a place to stop BBs from falling out. As you can see, I can leave it like that and it won't stretch out. Yeah, so this is it. I will now, yeah, but don't count on that. So I will just quickly cut this away. See, it's starting to loosen up. So I will just come to the bottom and several of these knots of the basic knots. One, as you can see, it can fly all over the place because it's breaking apart. So I'll just quickly go through 1, 2, and the 3. Come on, man. Nice. Very nice. As you can see, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this will stop the BBs from going from the beginning. Yeah, right? So the cord goes over here into the clamp, and here is where the BBs will stop. And the entire whip will go from this point onward. This is when the BBs will end, and here will begin only the planing of the entire rest of the whip. I wonder what the camera will be capturing. Now, I have fixed the part that I told you. This is stopped. The other part is over here, and I will be filling the BBs over here for about 10 inches. So I don't really know. You can take a measure of that spring steel and tell that the BBs will go for about here, and this will be holding on to the spring steel, and then I can cut the residual part off around here, so I won't have to be tightening that up onto my spring steel. So I'll be pushing in the BBs. Yeah, this sometimes gets hard to open. And the most toughest part, whip making, is not tightening the other bellies or tightening everything up or pouring it into wax. But now I'm realizing that this light is off the cord. Give me a second, I need to fix the light. I need to take this up, take this, bring it up. Yeah, that's the spot for the light, not the one before. Now, okay. We'll take this, I will be filling in the BBs. And because I do not have anything to ease this pain, I have to take every little BB, push it in, and kind of make a move with the other BB and persuade the other BB to sink into the cord. And this is the stuff that takes the most time in the entire whip making. As the cord will be getting loose, there will appear, and then there is the part when you have to push the BB through that cord to the very end where we tighten this. Oh my gosh, I almost threw off my top camera. So yeah, this is the most aggravating because it's not cooperating, and you can be, doing this pushies with your fingers. Push, go, please, BBs, come on, I do not have to be here all day long. But those are the miseries of whip making for ya. Taking the BBs and pushing them in. Yeah, the trick would be to buy wider cord, and you will have much happier time getting these BBs into the cord, because you will get stuck. If you will stack up too many BBs into each other, you will realize that you are not able to move this stack of BBs. Now I have 2 here, I have 2 somewhere along, I have 2 here, then there is 3 of them. Oh gosh, I have to get them down. Yeah, this is the pain in the ass. If I will have that tube at the bigger size of the BBs, or smaller BBs, right? And I would be able to push that tube through this rope and roll the BBs, load the BBs through that tube. That would be amazing. But big BBs with even bigger tube, that cord would have to be 7 millimeters in wide. Sometimes when your fingers slip and you reach the end of the rope, sometimes I wonder whether if I haven't pushed this binding at the end through. But as you can see, we are getting closer. This is filled with BBs. See, this is filled with BBs, and I have to continue. Let's see the pain. I am here. I have to go over here. Yeah, but this is work of a quiet warrior that is seeking his peace. This is a peace work. You have to have peace. You have to have energy for this. This is not something you can do totally exhausted, no. But it's rewarding how it's coming together. Okay, so I will load the last 2 BBs inside of the cord. As you can see, this entire part is filled with BBs. If we will compare it to the steel, it's still not enough, but we are not missing much. I will see you in a bit after this will be finished. So look at here. I have filled the BBs for about those 10 inches. I am happy with this for now. I will be attaching this to the steel. For example, this length will be attached to the steel. So this is a residual cord, which I'm going to simply cut out. If you are worrying that I do not have a measure, don't you worry. I have crafted already one whip. And I think I know what I'm doing, but that's a bullshit. Now I will look if I have it here. A grinding paper. So the camera is trying to focus on me. Sorry. Sadie, I'm gonna turn off the autofocus. That's good. Where is that writing paper? It is very much possible, but I think I'll put out everything that I have ready for other things. So the BBs are. Can you call? Thank you. Okay, over here. Hey baby, I'm here. Left. He doesn't want us. Hey baby, stop with the thing. Stop it. So I'm back with the grinding brick, which I will use to just quickly create more rough surface, because the surface of this steel is very polished. So I will just rough it up so it would easier grip onto the tape. So as you can see, this is roughened up, and this is as it was before. It's reflecting light. And here I found the duct tape. Why was the duct tape away? Because I have it in my photo toolbox to tape anything to anything. So that's why I haven't got that here. Okay, so I'm going to push the rod through here, and because I have grinded that in the beginning, it won't be tearing the cord. I will push it to the very end with a spinning motion, so it's not very resisting. Part which we will be doing now, and I will be tightening everything with an artificial sinew. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of ends there. And now, for all you first timers, the whip in the end will be just this overplated with many bellies, right? I will be doing 3, main, second, and the overlay. Sometimes if you are making longer whips, you can add more bellies, but this and this transition from the kind of a stiff butt spring steel to the BB part, as we'll be plating over the bellies, this will get more resistible. In the end it will look like this. It will bend more slowly than this. Because if we will be cracking with the whip that has this connection, this will be so stressed out that it could tear away. It could like broke in this area. So as I will be plating over the bellies and the binders, I will try to create here more resistance, more tension, so the whip will naturally curve like this, not like this. So to give you a better thought about what I was describing just now, I have here the first finished whip. As you can see, this one already has all the benefits, all the details. And look at this amazing rat cracker. To the green overall texture, look at this orange cracker. That's just a beauty to watch. But, so, we have here the core, right? Not binded with the sinew yet. And this is the finished whip. As you can see, the BBs, I will try to align this correctly. The steel ends somewhere around there. I'm holding it bad, sorry. So the steel ends about there. And now it falls right through. But the whip bends slowly because there is a much more tension over here. And I was also using here a wrong type of rope, because this, as you can see, is much more wide than it is over here. Why it's that? It's like that because I made an error. At that space, why is it that wide? Because I haven't used this nice, tiny, teeny rope. I have used a rope that has 3 of these plated together. And I didn't know what error will it cause. Amazing it is that this whip is not performing bad. It's just wider over here. But it's aesthetic now. I'm not angry about it and it works. So you have this and you have this. And these are your two steps. This is completely finished whip and that's just the core. Okay, so now I will take the duct tape and I will tape this part to the steel. So I will begin somewhere around here and create several type things and continue over here. I wouldn't want to overdo it. The most toughest part is to attach the spring steel to your clamp because you won't have space around. And I think I will get, see, I haven't thought that through. Okay, leave the blade over there. Let me tighten the stuff into the here. Okay, so now I will be creating a new type of layer. Let's find where it ends. Okay, now I will be binding the stuff to the steel. Here's a little trick for you. You take your tape, the very end, and you create this little fold. Just a little tiny fold, and you in the shape. But as you can see now, if you want to find the thing, this one is not sticky because you have folded a little piece. And you can take the tape, this is my end, and start dragging it out. So, and now let's approach the tightening of I'll begin somewhere around here. And I'll start tightening the thing with the artificial sinew. So now I'll create this little loop just to fix things up. Yeah, that's about it. And I will start. And this is the first tightening of the guts. This is the place where you don't want to be sorry later. So I'm just tightening over here, creating pressure with every revelation. I'm now getting to that point where I'm losing the steel and I'm getting to the BBs to get even more flexible. And you want to maintain some width. See, it snapped. So this is the space of just pure baby sinew. So I'll create a simple revelation. Get back and start tightening the BBs. And as you might have realized, I will be this is making the BBs be stuck in a place. So I will just simply cut this away. I'll maintain the pressure. I will unclamp it, and as you can see, I have finished the thing with the artificial sinew, and now you might remember that here is the end of the steel. It has a strength. This is very good. Okay, I had to rebind this sinew back to its original position because it started to get loose over here. But that's the point. We have finished the braiding. As you can see, the stuff with the duct tape finishes somewhere around in these parts. And if I will show it to you now, as you can see, we have just added an artificial sinew and fixated those BBs inside the core, and it's already bending slower than before. So this is a good sign. This is braided properly, simply as I will be plating it later on. This is the most stiff part, and it should get looser as we are reaching the end. So around here, the most stressed part, and everything else will be fine. I will be cutting these excessive little strands off later just to keep it nice and tidy. We are done with this part. I'm happy about it. And I will see you in the next episode when we will be plating the first belly. But this is it, yes. I will, behind the cameras, just plate this with the... I can do it right now. Why behind the cameras? Yeah. Let me show you how I do it right now. So I just take the duct tape and tape this end, which is still naked steel. I will give it nice wrapping with the duct tape. Sorry, with the hockey tape, because we want it to be nice. It doesn't need to be stiff, it just needs to cover the steel. So now we have it. The entire steel is covered with the duct tape. This is covered with the artificial sinew, and we can continue next time. And I will see you in the next video, and until that time, stay creative.